Yeah, heater's going. It's not that cold out here. Oh, you're right, the sunshine. Good morning. It is Monday. I am on call. I'm pretty sure I'm logged into the computer. And here we are. I've already uploaded last week's video, so it's been a productive Monday morning so far. And yeah, here we are. Let's ready to get the day started. It's supposed to be a very, very nice day. So we're still hoping that the car starts this morning at some point. The ladies are off work because it's President's Day. The son still has school. He didn't have school Friday, but he still went. And he ran out of gas again yesterday, which was just silly. On the way home to pick me up from dropping off a friend before we went to go play sand volleyball, he calls me, oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, you're not going to. Yeah, yes, you are, because he should have gotten it earlier. We had the discussion because I, as you saw, drove his car to church yesterday because my car wouldn't start. And I came home and said, you need gas now. And he didn't get gas first. He did stuff first. Kids, make your day. I'm on call on Wednesday, not today. That makes me very happy. Have I mentioned I don't like call? Nobody likes call. None of us like regular application help desk call. None of the trainers, the principal trainers, because we get questions that we just aren't prepared to answer. We can't answer. Stuff that's like broken in the system, because that's not what we do every day. We do training stuff all day. Now, the PT, the ACs as we call them, they don't like to get questions about the training environment and mitosis and you know, some of the stuff that we do in tip sheets. But oh well, yay. Yeah, it's tea time, and it's a big cup of tea time, big mug, because it's the vanilla bourbon casket whatever tea, which is actually not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Harney and Sons make great teas. It seemed like it was going to be interesting, but it's a little too interesting. If that makes sense at all. I had to restart the computer. It wanted to restart, so I restarted it. But now we've got the whole, like, it's only on one screen and it's the wrong screen thing. So I just have to pop the laptop off of the dock and then put it back on. It usually fixes that. All right. Yay. Monday. Oh, did I mention? No, I told you I'm not on call. See, there was too much talk in there. It's Monday morning. I should just go take a little nap. I wish. The other thing about this particular tea is most teas, I just leave the tea bag in for the entire time that I'm drinking it. The chai tea and the cinnamon spice tea, the hot cinnamon, because they don't get bitter. This stuff gets too intense, so I'm going to let it brew, and then I'm ditching it because it's a little too strong. Hook the battery up, and this is how quickly it will start. Right away, no trouble. Well, it is a work day, and here I am in my car because I actually have to run to the office ever so briefly. I don't have to, I'm choosing to. I just have to go actually drop off a check. So this is kind of silly, but one of the perks of work where I work is travel. They allow us to sign up for rewards in Hertz and Enterprise and in Marriott, whatever hotel chain you want, and all that kind of stuff. And then they pay for our travel, of course, because they should. But then because they allow us to sign up for the perks, we get the perks. It's a wonderful thing. It's a nice thing for a business to do for their employees. And one of the things is that with our Hertz deal through work, we get a discount on the rental rates. It's a pretty good discount. And I can use that discount when I'm renting personally, because it's through the business. So it's my Hertz Gold account. Right? So
over the vacations we've rented cars, and no big deal. When I turn the car in, then I just go in and I say, okay, I'd like you to pay with this card, not the card that it was reserved on. Because just leaving it on the work card as a reservation, it's just easier, right? It's just easier. Except when you go through the express drop-off lane. So on 2 of the trips, and we rented cars like 5 times last year. We went to Hawaii, had all of our vacations. And when you do that, there's no option. So it was just a question of then paying them back, and I have to pay them back. It's time for that payback to happen. I knew it was going to happen, and so now I'm going to go drop the check off. They said just mail it to this person's attention. I'm like, it's a chance to drive the car, which did not start again today, and so charge the battery. Like I say, I want to drive the car every day and keep that going. I got clicks today. And do you know what else it means if I'm going to drive over to work? Yeah, double-decker sandwich. Well, with no bread in the middle. My club. Woohoo! So we'll go see those guys, say hi, pick up a sandwich. All right, off we go. It's 58, according to my phone, outside right now, 58 degrees. So I probably will be putting the top down. I was thinking maybe I'd wait until the second part of the trip. But maybe I'll go ahead and put it down now. The funny thing is this happens in February. I can remember very specifically my senior year of high school. So 1983, a long time ago, going to Alt Park and with the guitars with a friend or two, and sitting out there in sleeves playing guitar in February, because it was just one of these beautiful February days where it's warm enough and temperate enough to do that. It is absolutely 100% still winter in the greater Cincinnati area. It is winter. So a friend of mine from high school and elementary school posted on her Facebook page as a reminder, people, don't go cleaning up your flower beds yet. The pollinators are still sleeping in there. It's not time. At least one person's like, I really wanted to get out there and dig in the dirt. It's not time yet. We might get snow later on this week, but today it's going to be like 60. So a chance to, get out, enjoy the weather, spray off the car. Because I was driving through Mount Washington. They were, I'm guessing, sisters, a 10-ish-year-old sister and maybe a 14-year-old sister. And both just in like, the little girl was in a t-shirt, leggings or whatever. And what I'm assuming is her big sister was wearing like a croppy, toppy kind of thing. She had her flannel shirt thrown over her shoulder. It's not that warm, but when you come out of winter, 58 feels warm. I mean, we all do it, right? It's amazing how warm 58 feels when last week it was 20. So enjoy the day. Told you. One thing though is I am in Norwood, and as I've talked about before, Norwood is a small city inside the city of Cincinnati, and they have some issues when it comes to finances, and so the situation of the potholes in the roads is never good. So, although to be honest, currently it's no worse than Beachmont Avenue in Mount Washington in the city of Cincinnati, quite close to where I live. So no shame to be had to good old Norwood here. So there's a sandwich. Isn't that a lovely sandwich? I did also snag post it in another steno book, and I really should wash my hands. Of course, I went to, I'm going to have to eat during the meeting. I went to, because I had the top down, I thought, I'm finally going to do this thing that's been suggested on the latch. I'm going to try and bend it a little because the switch, it's just got a little switch and the hook comes down and it pushes it over, which tells the car, hey, the convertible top's shut. So the light doesn't blink on my dashboard. So I grabbed a pair of long, kind of heavy needle nose pliers. They're Trevor's really. And I went to try to just bend it a little bit. And it broke, snapped. That's what I get for trying to fix something.
I know I've mentioned this before, but first that guy got there, and then let's put him there. And what about Boba Fett? There they are, just tucked in this door frame.
Lights are on this morning. Look at that, would you? Just really started coming down. Which means we have to look out for the drip. All right. Happy Tuesday. Here we are. Oh, it is what it is. My oldest brother, who is 70, as you know, Terry. I'm trying not to make noise. Got him in his chair away from me. A little bit. He hates that expression. Can't stand it. I guess because things aren't what they are. I don't know. He just doesn't like it. Old 60s hippie, maybe, thinks everything's changeable. Sorry, I'm logging in. Yes, top secret password. I don't know. He just doesn't like it. But it is true. Some things are what they are. And it's part of the old St. Francis of Assisi prayer, isn't it? The one that says, you know, the things I can change, the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the wisdom to know the difference. Weather, I can't change. I've talked about that before. That was from my mom, though. You know, never her exact words, but basically the idea being that you can't. Why worry about something that you cannot change? All you can do for the weather is dress appropriately. I've said this so many times on the channel. You can't change it. So smile. Remember, and the newspaper guy, once he admitted he was going to get wet and acknowledged he was just going to get wet, getting wet wasn't a big deal. So, you know, be safe out there. I don't know. Get an umbrella.
Yes, the Easter decorations have made an appearance. We've finally cleared out almost all of the winter decorations. Not quite, because as you can see, we got a polar bear here with some succulents growing out of his back.
Yeah. So we're having oatmeal, and it's 9:21 because I got a 9:30 meeting, and then I'm actually training somebody in anesthesia stuff from 10 to 1, and yesterday's fast was like 18 hours. The day before was 20, I think. So, and the scale has, you know, consistent now 2 days in a row been where I want it to be, which is in a downward slide. But nevertheless, I'm hungry, need to eat. So I've been had to listen to a great Art of Manliness podcast with a guy, John, and just reminded me of some things about consistency and attitude and why you're doing what you're doing. And so gonna try and increment all the little tiny habits that will build up to big habits. So there you go. And that reminds me, I also need to get my water glass started, because I need to drink some more water. I do pretty good on that. For me, it's food. It's always been food, and emotionally eating, all that gobbledygook, you know, food is love. Oatmeal, a little extra cinnamon, because cinnamon's good for your blood sugar maintenance, you know. And so I'm not diabetic or anything like that, but nevertheless, it's still good for you. All right, I'm going to eat.
Yeah, it's a Crocs kind of day. It's still lovely out here, temperature-wise. Windy as all get out today. Tree branch fell in front much earlier. The flag the neighbors got out of been whipping. I've got to check in with my manager here in about a half an hour, but I did want to pop into the garage, take a look at the old car, and reveal to you a little bit of my idiocy. I'm going to have to turn a light on for that, though. So in here is the convertible top latch. Hold for a second. It's right here. So right there. So there's a hook here, right? This hook goes into this hole and spins around and then pushes a switch over. And the light, you've seen it before, the light on the dash would be on. It would be blinking, that didn't recognize that the top was closed. And so sometimes the windows would pop open, just a little bit, which they do when you're opening and shutting the door. And you can just see down in there, I have to get a tool, I broke it. So there've been a lot of suggestions to just kind of push it a little bit to the left. And so I got a pair of needle-nose pliers and pushed it a little bit to the left, and I snapped the thing. It just broke. So now I need a new one of these. This piece right here. I need a new one. But I am going to see if the car is going to start. So let's try that. So at least the first good sign. Well, it's done this before. The dash lights are on. The suggestion has been that it's my starter. Nothing. Oh, you piece of garbage car. Nothing. And now nothing. Now that I've tried to start it, the dash lights all went out. Those are on. My headlights come on. Dimly. Put the car in gear. Sometimes that matters. Wonder if I turn the key in the, I wonder if the, nope, no juice. Try to do the top, and look what those lights do. They're on dimly, but if I try to do the top, they go off and then come back on. Interesting. So I'm poking around in here, looking for the starter and all, and I see something that looks like this tucked in right down in here. I'm like, what in the heck is that? So I reach in through here and grab it, and it's my shift boot. How in the heck did that get inside the engine compartment? I took this out, I don't know how long ago. How long has it been sitting in there? And why? Why? That is so weird. All right, I've got some creeping green death here. So maybe that's it. But that doesn't seem reasonable to me. That this is going to cause the battery to drain and die and not start, but then get jump started immediately. Hey everybody, top down still, just because it's still warm enough. Even though it's kind of an icky day, I'll put the top up when I get to my destination, which is Jack's Auto Parts down on Route 50, Kellogg Road, as those of us around here know it, where I've gotten some other parts for the car. We've been there before on this channel. I just actually am going down to spend $2 to get into the place to see if they still have the matching car to this, where I've gotten, I think most recently I got a taillight there when Trevor backed into my car last summer. But they couldn't find it in the inventory when I called, so I'm just going to go down there, spend the $2 and tromp around and look. I do have some tools so that I can potentially replace the latch up there. You can't see it from your perspective, but this convertible top latch that I showed you where I broke it. So what's going to happen is, because I broke that, the windows on the side are never going to want to go all the way up. They're going to leave that little gap that they do for when you take the top up and down, and it's never going to be able to acknowledge that the top is up ever, because I broke the part of the switch, the little lever. So I hope it's not too expensive of a fix. And I only got $6 on me anyway, so I'm going to pay my $2 to get in. And then if I can actually get the part out, I'm going to have to leave it at the counter, go up to UDF to the where there's an ATM, withdraw money, and then go back and pay them, because they only do cash. So that's the excitement. So I ducked out of the house a little bit early. I'll go back and stay online for a little bit after that. Alright, this car still no battery drain, or still a battery drain. I just don't understand why it would be the starter. I don't understand why the starter would do what it's doing, because my headlights wouldn't come on. So I think it is some phantom battery drain. But why would that start out of the blue? Why would that just start happening out of the blue? A phantom battery drain, when I didn't do anything. Can you tell I'm frustrated? Oh, I said the F word. Frustrated. So I am down here on Kellogg Road, and these are soccer fields that my children have played on. There are geese swimming on it right now. Welcome to spring. I've shown you this before. The other day, Ben said this was a frozen lake. A frozen lake. So not surprisingly that there's a marina right behind it, because just over that hump is the river. All right, I'm almost there. See what I mean about the windows? Usually when I shut the car off and then just turn it back on, I'm able to put the windows up. Oh, good. That worked. Maybe I don't need the switch after all. Those guys probably don't want me filming them, but it's same aisle, but a lot has changed here. I'll show you up front. It's all different. Well, it's here, so that's good news. And it is a convertible, but I'll have to have them get the car off the top of it. And today's not the day to do that. Like I said, I don't have the cash, and he's busy. And yeah, you have to throw them a couple bucks so they can get the forklift off and get the car off the top of it and drag it out for you. But as I noticed here when I put the roof up, that I was able to get the windows up. So actually, it's not such an urgent thing, but it is nice to know that they still have it. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to look at a lot of these Beetles and see if maybe they have some of those rims that I want for my winter look that I like so well. Here, I'll flip it. So there's Beetle. There was a couple down there, but unfortunately, they don't have the cool ones. None of these do. No, they're all the standard wheels. If they've got them, I'll go look in their stack. Oh man, that was a turbo. That's got a this is basically my engine. Just so you know, pretty much the same thing as mine. The other thing I'm looking for is maybe this wire that I might pull. I could pull it off of any one of these, to be honest. Because remember, that's where that corrosion was, right in here. So I need a couple more tools to do that. I'll have to think about that and know what I'm doing. But yeah, look, same motor as in the TT. Oh, and they got this little dipsticky thing. Cracked. See how that's cracked? That happens to a lot of them. And then pieces of it end up in your oil, which is not good. So somebody wanted this done, and then they saw that it was broken, and they left it, as I would have as well. So a couple of differences here. They've cleaned up a lot of this area, that's for sure, but there's this new big pole barn shed thing there. And they also redid the inside, the counter. It used to be a junk pile. Now it works like most other ones where you come in one door and pay, come out into the yard, and then go out the other direction from where you entered. They threw the same counter, but so you can, it's just a smarter workflow. All right, I'm out. See, check out that pile of rims. I'm not digging through that. They aren't either. See, this is completely different. I don't know what used to be here, but used to just go in the front. This car started right up. Of course, I wasn't in there that long, but still. So I don't think it's the starter. I think I've got some mystery drain, and I have no idea how to figure that out. None at all. When I get home, I'm gonna have to deal with that stupid thing. It was one of the things I tried to see if it would work, if I actually had juice. When I was trying to start the car earlier when it was in the garage and I pushed it in. Old cars. I'm not ready to give up on it yet.